Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's Matt with Green Bar Trading. It is early in the morning. Sorry about the video quality. Give me a second here. I don't know what is going on with this. This is pretty bad, though. Moving to the upstairs to get away from the young ones. They are loud. Their devices are even louder. So let's just hang out up here. So today I want to go over with you guys momentum stocks, how to trade them, how to get in, how to scalp them, because it is very clear that momentum is back, which we love to see. Now, I used to trade momentum stocks a lot when the market was ripe for them. So back in November last year, a little bit towards the end of the year, into January, and then the market slowed for these momentum stocks. So I started to trade high beta, big movers, large caps that move with the overall market. I started trading SPY options off of, I still do all that, but SPY options off of my levels that I post every single morning, where I know there's going to be buyers that step in and then where the sellers are. But what I said from the get-go was once momentum was back, I was going to go back to my bread and butter. And this is reading charts, trading bull flags, and trading 1 minute pullbacks on highly momentous momentum stocks with great catalysts, with a low float, just ripe for day trading. Okay, so I'm going to go over that with you guys here because we still do anyway, because it's very early, but we saw a really nice gapper this morning. So I'm going to go over that with you guys because I took a trade, but still being hesitant, right? I'm still watching my risk, especially in pre-market, especially before 8 a.m. Eastern time. Now, this was key, and this was where I went wrong about 2 months ago when I didn't catch on quick enough that momentum stocks and the pre-market gappers, they had no follow through. So this is why I'm cutting back share size until, and it's starting to happen. Like, this is just Monday morning of a brand new week. It looks like momentum is definitely back. So when you guys see that I only took a certain amount of share size, keep in mind that I used to take 500 shares, 1,000 shares of these same stocks. But, just watching the risk, not being sold, and having no follow through for the past couple months has really made me dial back the share size because I've gotten burnt on these momentum stocks. You could come in. You could put your plate in. The youngest one with her breakfast plate. So why don't we just get into sharing the screen? Okay. This is the stock. This is the trade from this morning. This is a pure 1 minute play. So what that means, hey, Emmy, can you shut the basement door for me? Thank you. So the 1 minute play that I took here. Now, this is okay. Let's just start with the criteria of why I'm trading this stock. This stock has an excellent catalyst. Okay. Great catalyst, FDA acceptance of request for potential HIV cure. Okay. I don't know if it works. Nobody does yet, but the catalyst is really good. And we go over here to our pre-market watch list. And I already have up here what the float is and the volume. So the float is looking like it's about 48 million shares. Not horrible. It's not as low, but it doesn't, that's still low enough to get an absolutely epic move like this. From in the fours to, look, you can see for yourself, it's up over 150%. So it is definitely trading like a low float stock. And that's still in my wheelhouse. I like anything under, I would say about 50 million shares, maybe 60 million shares. Anything under there can move pretty parabolically, which is what we saw here. This is definitely a very nice move. Now, then the next thing I look at, so we have the criteria. The float is right in my wheelhouse. The price is good. By the price is good, I mean it's still under $10 when I get in. Now, I guess that doesn't really, it's basically just your risk. So if this stock was, let's say in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, your spreads would be really, really far apart because they would be moving up, 50 cents, 75 cents, a dollar at a move. This one, the spreads were still tight enough. The price was still good enough. So this is why I also liked this. It was also over VWAP and it was also over our 9 EMA. The 9 EMA and the VWAP, these are basically the only, and price, volume and price action. These are the only indicators I use. I don't use any other indicators on my 1 minute day chart, not daily, but the 1 minute and the 5 minute. These are the only indicators I use. So when you're ripping up out of the gate and you pull back, you have a 1 minute, 2 minute pullback here, and I get involved right here off of the 9 EMA, right? It's over VWAP, it's over the 9. I get involved here for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. Okay, when you have a stock going this parabolically and you're still involved in the second move, the first 1 minute candle to make a new high, you're going to want to anticipate this. As long as you're over both of these, the 9 and the VWAP, the first 1 minute candle to make a new high should really give you a nice move. And that did. And this was a good trade. Now, obviously, I left a ton on the table, and that's just going to happen in scalp trading. But I didn't take profit on the first 1 minute candle. I took profit into the second candle because I saw level 2 was ripping. I saw a lot of big orders on the bid. I felt comfortable enough that my price would keep getting pushed up by a whole big influx of buyers. And you can see with this volume profile, that's exactly what was happening. And in my mind, that's why I didn't take profit on this first candle here. I waited for the second one and I really got a nice trade out of it. Yes, I could have waited for the third one. You're never going to get the bottom. Look, why didn't I buy here when it was $5 a share? Why would I buy when it was already up 100%? So you're already getting in high. You have to realize that when you're trading momentum stocks, you're buying high. You're buying something overpriced already, but you want to sell it even higher before the move collapses on you. So, which is kind of what this is. This is just a 5 minute pullback here. That's also something that I trade. So the first 5 minute candle now that gives you a new high, that's a 5 minute setup. So once you get a really extended move, by extended, I just mean, over 100% in, a little bit more than 20 minutes is a lot. So you get a little bit of profit taking. It's still over VWAP at this point. If we're still over VWAP, the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, we should definitely test previous highs, which is still $1 a share off of where we're trading now. So when a move gets extended, don't chase it up here. Wait for the first 5-minute candle. So this is called a 5-minute setup. So after the first 1 minute plays, right? You got your plays, you're in on the second move, which is what we were. Once you get exhaustion happening, wait for the 5-minute setup. And that's what I mean by the 5-minute setup when I talk about it. As long as this stays over the VWAP, it's going to be a very nice stock to trade. And it has a ton of momentum behind it. There you go. You got your moves here. Going to anticipate the 5-minute candle, which is why we're coming into 805. And then maybe we can see a huge move when that 5-minute candle gives a new high. So anyway, guys, this is how I trade momentum stocks. And I like to be in, I like to be out. It's the way that I trade them. I usually scalp off of the 1-minute chart. I try to get in on the first 1 or 2 moves. If I don't, let's say I'm late, let's say I don't see the news right away, then I wait for a 5-minute setup. I don't chase. You never want to chase the third move, the fourth move. Wait for a 5-minute setup. And if there is enough momentum behind the stock, and if there are enough eyes behind it, which is the volume and the catalyst, then you should see continuation. So anyway, that's my basically explanation of how I trade momentum stocks on a 1-minute pullback and the eventual setup on a 5-minute chart after a momentum stock pulls back. Then you wait for the 5-minute setup. So guys, I hope you found some good information in this video. This is really good trading. It's a good way to make quick money. It is very risky though. You guys, if you're not used to trading momentum stocks, they could move very fast. And if you're already buying something that is way, way overpriced, you got to be careful about these flushes. The flush that can happen, can move a lot, and it could take a lot of your money off of the table really quickly, which is why I like to scalp these moves. So just be careful, especially if you're a beginner trader that is trading these momentum stocks. Be aware of exactly what you want to do, where you want to get in and where you want to get out, and be quick about it. You have to be fast trading momentum. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the thumbs up. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up for me. It helps the channel grow. Anyway, I'll see you guys back on the next video. Take care.